Hey team, today we're going to talk about why you're wasting your time writing business plans, why they're so ineffective, and what you should be doing instead. So let's get started. Hey team, so I've lured you in a little bit. Business planning is effective if it's done right. One of the problems we have is we don't really know how to produce the perfect plan. Statistics tell us that 92% of the plans that we put in place are ineffective, or at least we don't complete them. So the chances are that you fall into the 92%. Let's actually take a look at why business plans are ineffective and what you can do, what's in your control to really get them moving forward. So let's look at the three areas. The three areas are really simple. The first thing is we do them for too long a period of time. If you think about it, the average business plan lasts for 5 years, which is all well and good. Can you predict what's going to happen in 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year? I'm sure we all couldn't have predicted Brexit a couple of years ago and the sham that we're in right now. Think about it. It's okay having 5-year goals. Your plans need to be much shorter. Because at that point in time, you are in complete control. You're in control of what you can do in the next month. You're not necessarily in control of everything that's going around you in the next 5 years. The second thing is we're not really specific enough. Again, that's not your fault. Nobody's really taught you how to produce a goal. We fall into the trap of setting goals that we don't want, not things that we actually want to achieve. So when I'll ask somebody, what is it that you want to get from your business in the next 12, 18, 24 months? They'll say, well, I don't want to be working 60 hours a week. Okay, so that's negative goal setting. It's not really telling people what you want. We also fall down because, I think it must be a British thing, when we suggest what we want, we automatically think of failure. We think, well, I can't really say that because, well, what if I don't? One thing is for sure, if you've not got a plan, you're certainly not going to achieve it. It's much better to write something down and fail at it than to never write something down at all. Let's say you're working 60 hours a week. You're doing 5 days a week, you're doing 12 hours, or you're doing 6 days, you're doing 10 hours. And instead of saying, you know what, in 12 months' time, I want to be working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So taking it from 60 to 40. If you don't write that down and plan how you're going to do that, the chances are, in a year's time, you're still going to be working 60 hours a week. Now, let's say that you wrote it down and you actually put a step-by-step plan in of how to take your hours from 60 to 40 and failed, you're probably still going to be working 50 hours a week, but you're 10 hours a week better off. And that's 10 hours a week better off for the rest of your life. Break that down a little bit. That's a week every single month that you've now got back. 40 hours a week that you've got back to do whatever you want. It's over 480 hours every single year that you can do something with. If you're not setting goals, you're definitely not going to achieve them. Which leads us down to the third thing. Sometimes we'll set goals, but we don't check them often enough. Again, if you produce a 12-month plan, you might look at that once a quarter to check whereabouts you are. If you've got a 5-year plan, you might look at it once every year to see whereabouts you are. There's not that urgency. There's not that, I need to look at that this week. I need to see what tasks I need to accomplish this week, because we can put it off for so long. So they're the three areas. 1, they're too long. We don't really focus on the short-term aims. 2, they're not specific enough. Often we'll focus on the things that we don't want rather than the things that we do want. And the third thing is that we're not checking them. We're not going to them on a regular basis to see, am I on track? Where do I need to change? Think about it this way. If you're sailing a ship and your destination is New York, and that's going to take a 6-hour flight, you wouldn't fly for 3 hours and then check the compass. Because the chances are you're pointing in the complete wrong direction, you're certainly not going to achieve anything. You might check that compass every 6 minutes to make sure that you're on the right course. Now let's look at how to produce a proper plan that will produce.